Alright, so you want to learn Super Metroid. Good choice, but you gotta be careful the way you do it. Because if you do it the wrong way, you end up bad like me. So I'm gonna try to hopefully teach you the right way to learn this game. Or at least a good way to get started. And the way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna keep it simple. We're gonna teach basic strats. I'm gonna teach you ways that you can go out of your way to get stuff that's pretty close to the route. And basically, I'm going to teach you some really consistent strats for bosses so you don't have to worry about any of the complicated stuff. So basically, by watching this video and following along, you should be able to jump in with us on Friday nights and play any percent. I honestly think you can. There are a few tricks that you do need to know to be able to play, and I'll go over those at the very start here. But you will not need to know any complicated strats. There's always something that can get you around it. What you will need to know how to do is wall jump consistently or semi-consistently, and you will need to know what a mock wall is. Beyond that, you don't really need to know anything else. If there is something along the way that I think of, I will let you know, but as far as I know, those are the two tricks that you're really going to need to know. So I'm just going to start a game here, and we'll just kind of walk you through. Now, one thing that I'm going to highlight here when I'm doing this that a lot of other people would spend a lot of time on. You're going to notice I'm not going to mention a lot about room strats. For the most part, when you're starting out, optimizing a room isn't a big deal. If I find a reason to mention something, I'll stop and let you know. But for the most part, I'm just going to talk my way through it and offer you guys advice. If I see a room that needs further explanation, I might save state and go back. But let's just get this started. The first thing you need to know about Super Metroid speedrunning is that you need to make a file that skips the opening cutscene. You don't want to be that guy that watches the opening cutscene during a Friday night race. So the way you do that is you watch the intro cutscene, yeah. And then when Seri Station loads, you just save and quit. You just quit and it'll save for you. You'll get this 0-minute file. And we'll start it up. So this is what a race file is. It'll put you on Seri Station. And like I said, I'm not going to go over like strats in general. If you jump and hit every platform like this, whatever, that's fine. But just follow your way down. In here, jump on this platform. There's a thing on Seri Station that you need to understand that's called door checking. The idea is that these doors here, notice how they open and close automatically. If you run straight into them, you notice how Samus gets hit by the door. So that slows you down. You don't want to do that. So what you want to do instead is when you get close to the door, you want to do what's called a door check. There's two different ways you can do it. You can just crouch like I do, which will stop all your motion. Or you can do an angle down, angle up, your choice. Either one will stop Samus's movement. And then you can just pick it back up. Jump through these steps. Again, door check and go. And this whole time here, to gain speed as well, you can arm pump. To arm pump, you just alternate between angle up and angle down. Or you can just pick one and hit it as many times as you want to. Every time you do that, Samus moves forward a pixel. So anytime there's flat ground, you want to be doing that. You don't want to do it on hills where Samus is running down, because it actually can push her off the slope and you'll lose your momentum. Alright, for Ridley, you want to take damage from the tail 5 times. So you're going to stand here, take it once, take it twice, take it a third time. You're going to jump to hit the tail on the 4th one. Jump to hit the tail on the 5th one. I like to stand a little bit away from the door here, you don't have to. About when it says immediately, that's when you start running. Wait for the word immediately to show up. Again, door check here. Door check here. Jump through this room over this first steam, always. It's just my advice. If you get hit by the middle one, not a big deal. Another door check here. I like to jump here too, you don't have to. And I usually would, okay, so I would do like my wall jump here and get up here. But if you don't feel comfortable with your wall jumping, you can take the slower route and go this way. Let me make sure I actually get this. So you can go the slow way, which is up the left side. Or the more recommended way. If you can get one wall jump off, you can do this. And just go up to the right side. The right side is faster. Alright, so we made it off Seri Station. Good job. You are better than I am. you're already on your way to cutting the golden. What's up, Poochie D? Welcome to my tutorial. Alright. So contrary to Super Mario World, you go left. Alright. You can do your arm pumping here, from here to here. That's no problem. You don't want to do it right here, or Samus will, like, get all screwy sometimes, and she'll just fall off of it. So you want to do it right up to about here and then stop. This little bush right here is your cue to shoot the door. So you're gonna, when you run past it, that's when you angle up and shoot the door, and you'll run through. Otherwise, you're gonna miss and hit the door and look like an idiot. Okay, you can do a little bit more arm pumping here. Choose the best way to fall through this room, just based on your preferences. I've kind of found this to be a good way. Doesn't really matter. Count 6 big platforms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move over a little bit, and move back. Okay. Here's how you get this room. I'm not going to go over these like in super depth, but I'll try if I think of something. So you want to run until right where this glass tube is done, and you're going to jump. If you don't run that full distance, you'll miss the platform. And you should land like on the left side of it, because again, in order to make the next purple platform, I've got to run all the way across the whole thing. So it kind of looks something like this. Except that I usually miss one of them. If you miss one, it's not a big deal. Just keep going. Don't go back for it. Going back is really bad. Don't fall in this pit, because it's the pit of shame. I always fall in it. If you want to land on an elevator while you're running, angle down and hold down. You'll land on it every time. Angle down stops your movement, and then down will push the elevator down. Just run and jump here, however you find your way through. Alright. Shoot that. Gonna get some more arm pumping in there. A couple different ways to do this room. The easiest way I find is just crouch, angle down, and shoot those, and then just fall straight down. Alright, you get your missiles. And again, I'm not going to emphasize like complicated strats here, so I'm not going to go over like short hop mock balling and things like that. This is just beginners, so I'm just going to run out of here. And then just roll into a morph ball. You're going to shoot some bricks there so that you can jump up. Notice how to get up here, I double tap down while I'm jumping so that Samus morphs. In case you didn't know that. Get your arm pumping in again. Back on the elevator. And congratulations, you've made it past like 90% of where Super Metroid speedrunners reset. That's not entirely true. We gotta do the climb first, I guess. Alright, shoot, and then the door opens. You gotta kill everybody in this room, so just find a way that works for you. I like to jump through this door. Now, I'm gonna go over the wall jumping way to do the climb, and if you don't like wall jumping, you can just jump on the platforms like normal. But basically the idea behind... I'm gonna kill this guy. The idea behind the wall jumping way is that you need to find a rhythm that works for you and count and memorize that count. So the way I do it is on the first one here, I count 3 wall jumps, and I purposely make my second wall jump a little bit shorter to position my third one. And like, there's no better way to say it other than like, you just gotta find a rhythm that counts for you. So again, here I'm gonna spin jump and do 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't get it because I'm bad. And then I do 5. And land there. Then I do 3. And then I do another 5. And then 1. But really, even if you don't wall jump up this room, you'll still get a decent time because people who do wall jumps like me are bad and we fall. So if you just have to jump normally, that's fine. Again, find your favorite way to get up here. You can just jump on the platforms if you want to. I like to wall jump off of those 3. You can shoot up from this platform here to kill that guy. If you don't do that and you get up here, he'll actually like crawl his way around to this side and start walking around like this. And that's annoying. You don't want that to happen. You don't want to take damage here, ideally. I do, because I can't ever hit double down twice. So if you know how to mock ball, you can do a mock ball through here. Again, it's a short hop, so whatever. I can't do it because it's a tutorial. I'll never get anything right. You want to fall straight down here. The idea is right here. See where this wall is? You want to get yourself in line with this wall and just fall straight down. And ideally, you don't get hit by that guy. Going into the bomb Torizo, the number 1 thing that will determine how fast you beat it is if you have maximum health. If you have maximum health, you're going to get a bunch of missiles, and this fight will be super easy. So let's just pretend like I have max health just to show you. Okay, well, maybe we're not going to get max health. That's going to be exciting. Alright, so I'm at max health. I'm just going to save it here. Alright. Bomb Torizo. Here's what you want to do. You want to roll into him. And that'll knock him back into the right wall. You roll into him on the first beat of the song that plays. So you get a little boss song here. You're going to sit right here where this blue pillar is. You can see kind of Samus is standing next to a blue pillar in the background. When you hear the first beat of the actual boss fight song start, you're going to roll. Angle up, shooter. You want to kill as many of these as you can, because they all drop missiles. Alright. So that's not bad. It's not the fastest kill on him, but it doesn't really matter. The key here is that you want to try to enter this fight with maximum health. If you don't, you're going to end up doing something else, which looks something like this. So let's say that I didn't have max health. Damage me. Alright. I'm damaged. The difference is now the Bomb Torizo can drop both health and missiles, as opposed to just missiles. So you're not going to get as many missiles, and the missiles do more damage, so it's almost guaranteed that this is going to take at least 2 rounds and probably 3, 4, something like that. I actually don't think you can 1 round if you have damage. Okay, if you roll through like that, that means you're bad, you were too late. I do that a lot. But now, okay, so I got some decent drops there for missiles, I guess. But the idea was that, look at all those ones that were health. Those could have been missiles. So I still ended up getting a 2 round, but that's just luck, and keep in mind that I have better luck than anybody in this game. I just have awful skill. Oh, that's important. When you leave this room here, again, this is a small movement thing, but the way to leave this room every time and get all your missiles and all your health, when you beat the Torizo, you want to stand on the right side of the room, shoot the door, run, and jump through all the stuff. If you can get Samus to run through 3 of the missile packs, you'll probably also get max health, so just focus on getting... You want all your missiles. Okay, this is a noob tutorial, so I'm not going to go over how to do that. But that is one way that you can leave the room. This is a noob tutorial, so take it the easy way. You can just jump up here. Bomb these. It only saves about 10 seconds if you do Alcatraz anyway, so... get your arm pumps in again. I do a little bit of a trick there, you don't have to, you can just jump. Lay the bomb. You can start shooting this door right about here. Sometimes you have to go a little bit further, but you want to hit it right about here. Okay, while you're running through this room, you want to kill the guy that's on there, and then just angle down right away and start shooting and hope you hit him. That's the best way I can describe that. But it doesn't matter if you take damage, because you're going to get it all back from this energy tank anyway. Okay, important thing about this room. The damage you take from the first guy gets you through the second guy. So you take the damage and then you kind of quickly move your way to the other one and get through him so you don't take damage from every one of them. In this room, you want to jump right here while you're running, and right about here while you're running, and that will get you over both of those. And down we go. By the way, chat, if you have any questions too while this is going on, throw them out there. I will try to answer. Okay, so the key to this section of the game here is to maintain your health, because when you get to Craid, you want enough health that Mini Craid doesn't give you health. You want to get super missiles from Mini Craid. So to guarantee that, you need to start taking as little damage as possible. First way we can do that is when we get down here, there's a tiny little hole, and actually I need to reload the room to do this now, because it's Too late. But what happens is there's going to be 2 yellow guys right here, and you need to jump kind of between them. You don't have to do it. You can actually shoot and kill one of them if you want to. I like to jump between them. I'm going to have to pick the pace of this tutorial up here too. We don't have to go over every room in detail. Like I said, it's not necessary that everything is optimal right away, but I kind of feel like while I'm doing this, I might as well explain my thoughts on it. Okay, so the way that I do this, I just run off the side and then back and go right through the hole of those enemies. You need to have your missiles equipped, shoot 5 of them there, and this is where the mock ball comes into play for the first time. You get a mock ball through this door. And then you're gonna either wall jump your way up here or just jump, whatever. It looks like the way that I would do it is 2 off the right. So you get your 2 wall jumps in off the right one. That guy's being annoying. Shoot this guy, grab the supers. If you miss the mock ball and fall in the missile pit, I would recommend grabbing the missiles anyway. Extra missiles is never a bad thing. So, first deviation from the actual route. If you want to grab these missiles, they're right there. It's not a huge loss of time. If you miss the mock ball, it's easiest probably just to reset the room, so just leave. And then just try again. So again, like if I missed there, I would grab the missiles. And then just try again. Alright, so now we got it, we're good. Fall here, you're gonna have to push a little bit to the left to get around this platform. You want your super equipped there. Okay. This is important. I need to clarify that I'm capable of doing this one, because the rumor on the street is I can't do this mock ball. You don't have to do this mock ball, you can run right through them, but I just want to put this out there. Poochie D, I'm capable of this. There, suck it. Anyway, just run through that room, you can take damage, it's not a big deal. If you want to jump over the guys, you can. Play your bombs. Get up, do some arm pumping. I like to do a short jump there just to get by those. You don't have to, but I like to do a short jump there. Shoot the door. Get your arm pumps in. Morph into a ball and go around these. Good players will damage boost off this guy. I don't really see the reason to. I just like to run past it. You're going to lay the bomb here to blow those up and run back and grab these missiles while it's blowing up. These are the Danich missiles, by the way, named after the Japanese player Danich. Okay, show them the right way. So you roll down in here. That's charge beam right there. You can leave charge beam by doing wall jumps or just jump on the 3 platforms. It doesn't really matter. So if I just do the slow way here, I can just jump up on all 3 of them. It's fine. Mid-air morph there, so you can get through there. And a super missile gets you through the door. Ideally, you get a mock ball here. If you don't, I'm going to show you the way that if you don't first, because the mock ball you've probably seen a million times. But let's say you go for the mock ball and you don't get it. Like, oops, I fell. Angle up. And you'll want to shoot this guy like as he comes out the pipe, basically, so you don't take damage. Then from there, you're going to do a charge. Kill that guy, and charge, kill that guy. The room got screwed up here, so I can't show you. I'm going to die, too. That's awesome. Cool. That's going to make doing this tutorial more interesting. Alright, so, oops, I fell. Shoot him, charge. Get lined up with this guy here. We're gonna need a load. Okay, I knew that was gonna happen, so I have save states somewhere in here. What's a good save state to use for this? Okay, we'll use that one. I'm asterisk bad, so I deserve it. I'll highlight it on my Twitch for sure. I don't know that I'll put it on YouTube. How are we doing on time? Okay. Alright, I got like an hour 20 to get you through the rest of the game here, so we'll try to speed it up. But yeah. Again, if you don't get the mock ball here, it's not a big deal. If you do, it's awesome. And you can roll, if you get the mock ball, you can roll under this guy, And then I like to missile the second guy. Okay. You can just shoot this guy a bunch. You can charge shot him. You can use a missile. It doesn't really matter. After you kill him, you're going to want to do a normal shot. And then start firing a charge. Because when you land here, you're going to use the charge shot to kill this cactus. Run across the bridge. Angle down at the end of the bridge when you're falling off. You'll kill that cactus. You gotta wait until you start falling off, though. And then lay a bomb here so that this platform blows up. You're gonna shoot these. While you're falling here, get your supers equipped. Shoot the super door. This is the health recharge. If your health is below, I would say like 100 and you're just starting out, take that recharge. I'm comfortable with anything around like 89 even. But it's up to you. Take that health charge if you feel it. Run across here. I'll get a damage boost. You don't have to. You can just jump past it if you don't know what damage boosting is. You gotta shoot this brick, and we get a couple of wall jumps in here. Bomb that one. Shoot that one. Super. Alright, that gets you the Spazer. Now, if you're just starting out, I really don't recommend Spazerless. I don't recommend it to myself after having tried it. But anyway, you can shoot there. You need to drop it right about here. The visual cue for this is see right above the ceiling there where the black square is between the red. So it's like right above where I'm sitting right now. So this brick is actually one left of that. Alright, you're going to shoot him while you're falling. Try not to get grabbed by the yapping maws. They will ruin your run. Okay. This room, when you enter it, don't hold run. Just press shoot right away. When you get about halfway through, that's when you pick up run again. You're going to hold in charge here. Let go of it. When you go into this room, you're still running now. And switch to your supers. Okay, you have two ways to do this, but both of them involve a wall jump and you have to hit it. So here's what you do. From the top here, you're going to run until the very edge. And then do a wall jump. If you miss it, or you can tell you're going to miss, get back here as soon as you can. Go on this one. Run a little bit. And you need to run a little bit more than that, actually. And then do the wall jump. If you're low on missiles or anything like that, you can kill these guys. They can give health, too. Drop the bomb there. Going into Craid's lair. I just take the damage off this first guy here. You can try to jump over him if you want to, but I just take the damage, angle down, and shoot that. Okay, here's the big deal. You need to walk out of this room with 5 super missiles. That's just a fact. So ideally, you can missile these 3 and super mini Craid. I already did it wrong. So that's what'll happen when things go wrong. If you're too low on health at this point, this is why I talked about health management earlier. If you're too low on health, you're going to get all health for mini Craid and no supers. That's bad because you have to go in here and reload the room and do it again. Mini Craid will die to either 2 missiles or to 1 super, so depending on what you have. If you only have 1 super, use 2 missiles because you want to get 4 supers from mini Craid. And mini Craid will drop a 5th super if she does drop supers, but you have to sit and wait for it. So it's a little bit of a time loss. It's not a huge deal. But just be aware of the fact that she will drop 5 of them if she drops supers. You can do a damage boost here if you know it, but otherwise just jump through it. It's fine. Alright, here's your Craid quick kill tutorial. First of all, you're going to crouch because that's the new lag reduction strat. Crouching loads this room faster. Loads Craid faster anyway. Alright, the way that I do this is I stand between these 2 bricks. I jump after the claw goes down. I wait for the eyes to turn red. And this is going to be really hard to explain. Alright, I'll do my best to explain it. But the charge shot is as soon as the hand goes down. The eyes turn red. I jump. I shoot 2 on each jump. Find a better tutorial for that, honestly. I'm not the one to teach a Craid quick kill. But there is one thing I will point out. If you're having trouble with the Craid quick kill, and you really, really need to, this is, like, very beginner strat. So if you're really in trouble, you go right up here. You can super this door. You get all your health back and all your missiles. So if you're low on health and you're not sure, you don't feel comfortable about the Craid quick kill, get all your missiles back, get all your health back. And that way, even if you screwed up, you still get a chance for the normal fight. And the normal fight's not too bad. Okay, again, leaving there, you can do whatever you want to. Charge shot this first guy, missile the next two. Jump through this door. It's very important you jump through that door. If you jump through this door, it will manipulate the enemies up here to make this wall jump easier. Otherwise, they'll sit there and they will spawn camp you, basically. It's not good. Lay the bomb, go in here. You gotta grab everybody there, and then look up and shoot a missile to kill all of them. Alright, you can just do some jumps here. Kill this guy, it's worth it. Kill these two, it's worth it. If you can do a mock ball going from right to left, you can actually do one leaving here. You gotta equip the supers and shoot it and jump, and you gotta get it just right, and you'll see I'll screw it up a bunch, but if you don't get it, it's not a big deal. If you get it, you look really cool, and your run is automatically the run. So you kind of want to get it, just because you're guaranteed to get the run then. But if you don't get it, you know, you just jump up here. And down we go. Alright, I'll try to pick up the pace a little bit here. You want to shoot this door with the super right away. You can farm this guy, you can farm that guy if you want to. If you really want to farm, you can farm those two, but you don't have to. Shoot that door with a super. The key to this room, you gotta kill that guy before he gets down there. And you've gotta open that door. This door will stay open if and only if you shoot it once it's turned blue. So it only turns blue when you kill this guy. And once you kill this guy, you gotta turn right back around and shoot it. If you miss, then what happens is you're gonna end up waiting for him to come back the next time you get back in that room. Find your favorite way to shoot those. They're kind of complicated bricks, but just angle up and shoot a bunch. Grab the high jumps. I like to jump through this door, you don't have to. But jumping through this door lets you get up here faster. Grab these missiles here. And again, if you missed the kill here to get the door open, you can come back down here to shoot it. Or you can sit up there and wait for him to get up there, whatever you need to do, but you gotta kill him, otherwise you can't get out. You're gonna grab this energy tank on the way back. If you grab it on the way into the room, that's not a big deal either. I just prefer to grab it on the way back. I know some players will tell you that you shouldn't do that, but... there's a bunch of different ways to climb this room. If you're bad at wall jumping, just climb the platforms. It's not a big deal. And honestly, it's probably better because you're gonna get all this farm. You're gonna go in here. When you fall here, start spamming shots. And ideally, you kill both of them without taking damage. I did it wrong, so whatever. This part's important. Depending on what your super count is, this will determine what you use on this door. If your super count is really low, like less than 2, you're going to want to use missiles on this door. I would say if you have 3 or 2, you're fine. If you have 1, you can't do it. You're going to need another super in this room. So you're just jumping over these guys here, run and jump here. You can kill this guy and take whatever he drops. He sometimes will drop a super. You got to super this door. Roll across the bottom here, and just keep rolling through the damage. When you get to this spot right here, jump up here, run across the platform, and then go through. Alright, here's where the wall jump comes into play. You've got to nail this wall jump. There's 2 ways to do this wall jump. I don't like to open this door, because if you open the door and you move too far to the left, you go into the save room. That costs you time, you have to reset the room, and yeah, it's just bad. So I don't like to open this door, but the problem, the trade-off is, I don't get a lot of room to run. Okay? But if you open the door, you can give yourself a little bit more room, and that makes the actual running part to the wall a little bit easier. You're gonna have to wall jump off of these. Now here's the tricky part. That guy up there is gonna spam attacks, and if he hits you, you're gonna fall. So one of the ways you can prevent that is you can pseudo screw. So just hold a charge shot. Hopefully not hitting that guy though. And I loaded the room. So there you go. Those are all examples of why you don't do it this way. But anyway, if you do the pseudo screw, then I can't actually do it that way. That's why I don't do it. But you can land on him and eliminate the possibility of being knocked off by his attack. Otherwise, you just play it like me and live on the edge and all that jazz. I don't recommend doing it this way, but that's the way I do it. You have to get both those wall jumps, by the way. There's no way around it. If you're out of supers at this point, to get this super, you can kill him for the super. Batcave is the, like, worst room ever made, dude. You gotta just find your way through it. Jump straight up there. You're gonna do your farming after you get through this room. Now here's another part where the any % route can get a little easier for players. Most players don't stop for these, but right here, where are they? Extra missiles. So if you need extra missiles, go ahead and grab those. It's not a huge time loss. It's right there on the path, and it's 5 more missiles for you. Alright, and that gets you speed. So we're doing alright. So far we haven't really deviated that far. The only thing we've added to the route is 10 extra missiles. But there's not really anything else to grab at this point. Just shoot the door here. Now, you're going to want to farm your way up here. Don't leave this farming station until you're at max health or like within 10 health of being max. And also, as a general rule, if you're just starting out, you don't want to leave here until you have probably 4 or 5 supers. You can get away with 3, but I honestly would recommend just waiting until you get 4 or 5. Fall through there, get your way out of here. Alright, if you angle down here and kill this guy first, it kinda, I don't know, that's the way I do it. It allegedly reduces lag. You're gonna super that door. Jump across these platforms and find your favorite time to jump up and hit that. I find that the easiest way to do it is off the second one, but you can do it off of just about any one of them. Something to note about this room, if you fall down, just run across the bottom and jump when you're on one of the hills, and that should give you enough momentum to get back up to a platform. Grab your missiles, run and jump across this. Ideally, you get to actually just do a wall jump right away. If you don't, you land on the spikes here, take a little damage, and just do a wall jump anyway. Alright, you get your wave beam. Find your favorite way to take damage and fall through these spikes here. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna just do the damage boost probably anyway by mistake, but no, that's one way you can fall out of here. You can fall out from under there too. Just get across this somehow. And then you can do one of 2 things here to escape. You can run, whoops, well you don't do it that way. You can run across the bottom and jump up to this platform here. You can go even further and run all the way across there. I can't do that one, but that gets you all the way up to the platform. Or if you can't do either of those, you can just go out here. This is the beginner route. Work your way through here. You can actually missile these guys if you want to. It doesn't really matter. You're going to want to shoot this guy. Now this is important when you do this. When you jump off this platform, you've got to move a little bit to the left. And I'll explain why in a second. So you move a little to the left, then go back and shoot down a bunch. Bomb there. The reason that you look to the left is that you won't be able to kill this guy if you don't move a little bit to the left first. He won't show up on the screen. It's kind of weird. But again, same thing here. You want to shoot down. It's better to kill them and get their drops than it is to take damage from them and not get anything. So, yeah, just run across there, shoot that, whatever. You don't have to do a charge shot here, I just do it anyway. But shoot the door, shoot this door. Again, you can do whatever you want to get up here. If you really need to just jump across the platforms, that's fine too. Alright. I know this is a beginner tutorial, but this trick is super easy, and people get it wrong. So I'm going to show you how to do the speedball. You're going to run into this room, when you see the enemy on top, you're going to fire. And then you're going to jump once you get past this door here. I'm going to stop here just to show you. You're going to jump once you get past the door. When you get up here, it's down, down, left. So it's A, down, down, left. And if you do it right, you get the speed ball and you go through the room. I don't know if I have a save state to actually show that or not, so we'll just, whatever. We'll play on. I'm sure you've seen the speed ball. Jump through here. Morph into a ball here. You want to angle up and shoot off of this platform to get the drops. Alright, this is a beginner's tutorial, so I have to get Ice Beam. We're going to assume that you don't know how to short hop Mock Ball, which is a pretty good assumption, especially if you're me. So, this tutorial is for me and I should pay attention. If you don't know how to short hop Mock Ball, you can leave ice without doing the ice escape by taking the normal route. The normal route's a lot slower. You will lose a little bit of time, but you also don't have to know how to short hop Mock Ball. So just angle down, shoot, freeze those. You might have to do a little bit of a bomb jump to get through there. And you just kind of work your way down here. You want to missile this guy for his drop. And go through. Again, if you're low on anything, you can always just farm if you need to. There's a farm here, you can get some health and a super, one or the other. The key is that you, especially when you're starting out, you just want to watch your health. It's really important, and you actually don't really need to even farm at this point. Even if your health is really bad, we got the health regen thing coming up here, so that's cool. If you want to know the Shine Spark here, I can try to teach it quick, but it's not a big deal if you don't get it. You're gonna shoot to open the door. You're gonna run through. You're gonna hold a charge shot all the way through this room. Let go. You should get the Shine Spark right at the very end. Go down. Shoot through the door. Jump. You gotta kill this guy and open the door, and then go. It's kind of tricky if you don't get it. Just jump through the room like normal. It's not a big deal. This trick isn't a big deal. You don't need to get it. If your health is low, again, open this door. That door was open in the tutorial earlier. I just used the save state, so it wasn't open. But we should have opened it already. You get all your health back. Alright. You do 2 wall jumps there, you freeze this guy. You get on him, you get up here. You can shoot these here, or you can actually shoot these when you're standing on the guy down there. It doesn't really matter. But you want to shoot those. Alright, I'm just going to jump and freeze these guys. I really don't have an effective way to do that. That's actually one of my worst rooms. But find some way to freeze them and jump up there. Easy, easy room. If you know how to damage boost, this room is easy. Just run in here, let go of run, and look left. Jump, damage boost. And then it's 2 jumps, jump, damage boost. If you don't know how to damage boost, just jump across these platforms. It's not a big deal. You can even farm along the way if you need to. Farm, get a little bit of health. It's up to you. Jump through this door, look down, and shoot, and it'll knock those out. Just find your favorite way through here. You're gonna super this door. Let's say you don't know damage boost like me, because you know I'm bad. You can just find some way to freeze these guys. It doesn't really matter how you go about doing that, but freeze them and just run over them. I'm really bad, so I need to do that. And then on the way back, you don't have to worry about damage boosting either. So this is a really safe way to do it without taking a lot of damage. You don't have to worry about getting nommed and losing time and all that. You're going to switch to power bombs here. Drop the power bomb either here or while you're jumping up here. And farm both of these guys. Try not to get damaged by them. If there's a way to avoid getting damaged by him, if you shoot the ice and jump here at the same time, it'll freeze him. I never do that because I'm bad. And here's your save point. If you're not consistent on Phantoon, use the save point. Other than that, I don't think we really need to worry about any extra things up to this point. I'm going to show you the really, really easy way to kill Phantoon, but it's also the really, really slow way. Alright, I like to drop that power bomb to open the door below me and grab both of those drops. And again, drop the power bomb here. Kill this guy. You're going to need a shine spark across the ground here, so this is the other trick you need to know. To do a shine spark, all you do is you run across the ground. When Samus starts blinking, you hold down to crouch. And then from the ground is actually, I think, the easier way to do it. I know everybody else will tell you that the aerial way is easier, but honestly, they're wrong. The ground shine spark is just standing still, press A, and then press right. In that order. I don't know why people think that's difficult, but the ground shine spark is so easy. From here, it's a little bit trickier to get the shine spark because you have less room to work with, so just stand on the edge and run through. And you should get it before you hit the water. And again, I just jump here, I wait, and then I hit A and then right. Okay, important thing to note here is that the save point won't activate until you kill Phantoon, so that's why we had you save back there. You just gotta shoot the debris here, look down, shoot a super. You can farm, oh this is an important thing to point out. If your health is questionable before Phantoon, and you're like, I don't know, you can farm these. They drop big health. It's kinda slow, but it'll get you through it. You're just gonna jump over here, whatever. Alright, so forget that you've ever heard the word X Factor. We're not gonna do it. You're gonna turn ice off, and you're gonna get a nice smooth 4 round, and you're gonna get a bunch of items. Super safe strat, you'll never die, you'll never have to worry about X Factoring. You can work that into your game once you've got, you know, a couple of runs under your belt. Thing to note about Phantoon, you can shoot the blue flames to get a bunch of drops. So that's important. If you don't know the patterns, that's fine. You want to shoot him when he appears like that. If you miss, he'll just appear again over and over until you finally get him. But you're going to do just charge shots the entire time. So here's 1, here's 2, there's 3. Let's see if I even remember how to do the 4 round. I'll probably get it wrong. I'll probably advise you to use a super at the wrong time or something. But yeah, just 1, 2, 3. You have to turn ice off here because if you do too much damage to Phantoon, he disappears. And having ice on with Spazer, you can't do 3 rounds, or 3 attacks every round. Also, one more thing to highlight about Phantoon, if I haven't said it already. If you're holding a charge shot and you spin jump through the flames, you don't take damage. So you should pretty much always be holding a charge shot. Alright, so that was my 3rd round. On the 4th round here, it's instead of charge, 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 if you want to save a little bit of time, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but you can go charge, charge, super instead. The super's a little bit quicker. But you really don't have to do that even. I got screwed there. Charge. Charge. Whoops, I did a missile. I'm bad. Don't take my advice. That should have been a super. You saw a super. I'm definitely the guy that should be doing this tutorial. Okay, congratulations. You took 5 rounds because you took my advice and screwed up. Maybe next time you should follow my advice better. You can beat Phantoon with ice on, but you'll do too much damage each round, and it'll end up taking more rounds overall. That's the only thing that matters. So when leaving this room, what you do is, after Phantoon's drops appear, you're going to stand right here, you're going to look up and shoot the door. Jump once this way, and once this way to grab everything. Alright, we're going to bomb through the door here. One thing that I want to know here about my ammo that I'm always checking is if I have a power bomb or not. If I don't have a power bomb at this point, I'm going to take a detour in a second here and get a power bomb. But first we're going to grab these supers. Okay, so if you don't have a power bomb at this point, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into this room right here, and you're gonna super the guy. So you just, whatever, find him, super him, and he will drop you a power bomb, believe it or not. I have max power bombs at the moment, so I can't really prove that to you. You just have to believe me. Here's your save point. You just beat Phantoon. It was exhausting. You need a save point. There it is. Alright, you can super that guy or just take the damage or whatever. You can shoot him a bunch of times too if you really want to. Okay, I'm not the one to give advice on the attic, so watch somebody else who does it better. But you want to equip a power bomb here, and you want to drop it when you get in the room. In order to get through this room, you gotta kill everything. So you can go through and just, you know, shoot. Try not to use missiles if you don't have to. I mean, it's better to just work on your missile management, I would say. Also, try not to take damage like me, because I'm bad. The more advanced technique in this room is the Shine Spark, which, I mean, it's not too much harder, honestly. If you know how to Shine Spark, it's not that bad. After you drop the stuff here and you kill this guy and the two that are standing here, should you leave ice off after you beat Phantoon? You don't have to. I would recommend you do, personally. Just because ice takes 2 hits to kill everything, because you gotta freeze it first, and then... but that actually, if you feel more comfortable with it on, it really, honestly, it's not a huge deal. And you're gonna turn ice on for my next boss strategy anyway. But anyway, to go through this room here, you're gonna do your Shine Spark, if you want to. Get about to that height, and go across. It's kind of tricky, so if you don't know how to do it, don't worry about it. Just take your time, kill everything in the room, get their drops. What's up, Tofu? We're just, hopefully teaching the newer players how to play. I'm definitely not the one that should be giving that advice, but... Alright, here's the deal. You can farm off of this, but it's really slow. So, better way to do it, get in this room and just kill everything. The thing to note, the key amount of energy here for this next room is 120. If you don't have 120 energy, there's a very good chance that you can die in this next room. So make sure you have at least 120. The rest of it's not a big deal. You know, your super counts, like if your supers are high, that's good. If your missiles and power bombs are high, that's good. But the most important thing is that you have at least 120 energy. So the key to doing this room is to try to take as little damage as possible by running as fast as you can here and getting as far as you can with this first jump. So I like to stop here, I like to open this door, and I run all the way across. You gotta jump pretty soon through this door. And the goal is to just get as far as you can on those invincibility frames and jump again. So you'll notice that after I took damage, I was able to move forward a little bit and then jump again. And that's kind of what you want to do. If you take too long, you're going to take additional damage, though. So you kind of don't want to be too greedy with it, but at the same time, get as much as you can before you have to jump again. Morph ball right up there. And, I don't know, this is where you crack open your Coca-Cola or your Mountain Dew or whatever you drink. Because it's the only break you're going to get. Well, I guess you can count the gold 4 as a break too, but honestly, who doesn't like to do a couple trick moves in that room? Drop your power bomb, or drop your, not your power bombs, drop your bomb spread and all that. Okay, this is where the route can get a little easier again. What am I doing? Okay, if you bomb that and go through here, this is kind of slow. And I don't really recommend it if you don't need it, but if you really need more energy, you can take the really long way through here. This will get you more missiles as well. And if we keep going here, I don't remember if you need a power bomb here or not. You might not. But basically you're going to do a Shine Spark, or you can wall jump. Shine Sparking is so much easier. Shine Spark your way up here. And shoot through there. This is a reserve tank. So that's just another option for you. I don't really recommend it unless you're one of those players that really needs the health. But obviously when you're just starting out, health is a big deal, so it's there. Just know that it's an option. Alright, so we made it to Gravity Suit. We're like almost halfway through the run. I'll try to pick up the pace a little bit. Do less room strategy and more just like where things are. Okay. Count 1 gap, 2 gap, 3 gap, and on the 3rd gap you jump. If you miss this jump here, you just gotta wall jump off that. Or you can go down here and drop the bomb and roll through it. Either way, doesn't really matter. Kill this guy. You're gonna want these drops down here, so pseudo screw these guys. So hold a charge shot and jump into them with a spin jump to get their drops. Again, this is working on getting your health up and getting your power bomb count up. You want both of those up. Alright, so this is where we reach a decision point. This is where you start to think about, am I going to recharge or am I going to just go on? If you're a new player, you're probably just going to recharge. Again, keep in mind this is a save point, so if you need to save, do it. I kill both of these guys for the drops in most cases, so kill them. The key here is you need enough energy to do a Shine Spark in Meridia and defeat Botwoon. If you can do that, with whatever energy count you have, you don't need to recharge. And my break-off point for that is usually something over 200, and it's got to be like, to convince me, it's got to be like 230 or 250. But even that might be a little risky, so you don't want to do that necessarily. Again, if your power bomb count is low, missile this guy, he'll give you a power bomb every time. And again, so like in this situation here, I have 120 energy. That's not going to be enough for me to feel comfortable, so I'm going to go in here and get the recharge. Highly recommended that you get recharges whenever you're in doubt. Especially when you're starting out. And again, you don't have to go for damage boost or anything, just jump across these platforms. Kill this guy. Jump across the platforms, don't get eaten by the yapping maw. Don't let your batteries die like Twig, because he's bad. Twig died there with his batteries dying once. Okay, you gotta power bomb this glass and jump while it's doing that animation, so Samus will jump. You have a couple choices here. There's a very precise wall jump here, where you sneak between that fish. If you don't like wall jumps, or you're not precise like me, you can just run over here, jump up, and then kind of platform your way. You don't have to wall jump there either, you can actually just jump up here. But figure out a way that works for you. Okay, so you have a couple options at this point. If your wall jumping isn't very good, you can turn ice on here. And in turning on ice, what you're doing is you're gonna freeze. Where is he? You're gonna freeze this guy so you can jump on him with 3 shots, and that'll get you through the door. If you're more comfortable with your wall jumping, you don't need to do that, and you don't need to turn on ice either. I'm gonna recommend you turn on ice for the boss fight anyway, so if you don't already have it on at this point, have it on, I guess. But if you didn't have ice on, what you could do is... let me just show it. So you would shoot up, do the wall jumps, and then your non-ice shot would actually go through the door, and that would allow you to do a wall jump, and another wall jump to get up there. Now let's point out one other thing here about this route. If you really want another energy tank, go down this pit, jump through here, and you can super missile this door. The key is you're going to do a Shine Spark through this door, so you're going to start speeding up. Get to the end. I didn't get it because I'm bad. I wonder if I can 2-tap this. That's not enough room. The point is, there's an energy tank at the very top of this room. You're going to Shine Spark your way to the top of this room to get this energy tank. And I actually didn't go far enough over, so I might miss it. Yeah. The key is, when you do this Shine Spark, you want to make sure you're in the middle of the room. But at least you know it's there, and you can kind of figure out how to get it. I'm bad, so that's alright. You know it's there now. You can't kill these guys yet because you don't have plasma or whatever. Just try to not take a lot of damage. And again, if you need to freeze that guy, like I said, Okay, it's very important here that you have a power bomb. If you don't have a power bomb, you're kind of screwed. So to get a power bomb, if you're at 0 at this point, you can just speed your way into that guy. If he doesn't drop it, you can kill that guy. But you need a power bomb. If you need extra super missiles, and I highly recommend you grab these super missiles while you're starting out playing. Go into the wall here. You're going to have to roll. It's a little tricky, but you want to roll up into a morph ball here. And you got yourself 5 super missiles right there. Alright, so those are all options. I'm actually kind of thinking I need those... there's that energy tank back there now to continue playing. Let's see if I can just get enough health here while I'm screwing around. So again, I'm just showing you, like... as best I can here, but I'm losing health doing it, so I might have to slow down a little bit. But you're going to do a Shine Spark here, angle up, so that you move diagonally right. Shoot the door. Shoot down there. You're going to need a super to open this door. You don't have one. These guys will give you one. But you really should have supers at this point. And power bomb. You're going to wall jump up here. If you don't feel comfortable about your missile or super count at this point, the other option is, I think... Let me see, I don't actually remember where this is. Yeah, you can do a Shine Spark here. And that will give you a missile pack, and if you go over to the right more, you'll also get more supers. So these are all different options you can consider. You don't need to get all of them. Ooh, don't fall down there like an idiot, though, because I'm an idiot. But yeah, grab those supers. I'm not going to go back for them, because I'm just going to keep this going. It's the wrong one. That's also the wrong... No, that's the right one. Alright. Good. Shoot here. You're going to have to shoot diagonally down. This wall can't be broken unless you speed through it, so you're going to break this one, you're going to break this one, and you're just going to run through both of those. And we're at Botwoon. I'm going to save here again, because there's 2 different strategies I want to show you. The first one is guaranteed that you'll take essentially no damage. And it's really safe, so I'm going to show that one first. And then the second one, you kind of get up in Botwoon's face, and there's a possibility that you can die. But it's another way that you can do it, and it's probably faster. The easy way to do it, stand in this corner, you'll never take damage. Jump, jump, shoot, jump, shoot. You want ice on for this fight if you're going to do this strategy. The only way to take damage is from those green little missiles that he shoots. But even those aren't too hard to avoid in most cases. But yeah, just stand in this corner, shoot. And I believe, I don't remember for sure, but I believe it's 9 shots with the charge ice. Might be more. But yeah, all I'm really doing here, I'm not even like worried about what pattern he's doing. You can notice like I'm missing a lot of shots, whatever. But I'm also only taking damage from his green missiles, and he's dead. So that's one way you can do it. The other way you can do it, you're gonna have to be a little musical for this one. The song goes like okay, and I'm really bad at music, so whatever, make fun of me. But the second time that it completes that is when he first appears, and he always comes out of this hole. Okay, he doesn't come out of this one. He always comes out of this hole first. Glad we covered that. Okay. So when that second da-na-na-na completes is when you want to let go of your charge shot. This strategy just involves getting lots of supers in his face. You want to be in, like, as close to him as you can at all times. You sometimes want to be in his body. But if you use super missiles, they do a lot of damage as well. So either one, if you use supers, you can start out with supers. If you run out, you can go to ice. It doesn't matter. You're not worried about your ammo management at this point because in the next room you're going to get all your ammo back anyway, so just do whatever you need to do to kill Botwoon. And you don't really care what he drops either. Okay, very important in this next room here. Grab this energy tank. No matter how well you did on Botwoon, you get all your health back. Alright. The way that I get through this room is I kill all these guys. Get to this pipe here. You don't need to go all the way back here. A lot of players will go back here. You don't need to do that. Even if you don't do a tap, if you just do standard running, you can make it from there. He said and then failed. So it might be actually a little bit further back. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it is a one tap. I might have just lied there. I know I do it from there, but I also do a one tap. So, alright, forget that. Go all the way back here. Open that door, and then start farming right here. Now, the key that you're looking for here, at a bare minimum, I would recommend 10 super missiles, but if you're grabbing extra super missiles anyway, the reason that you're grabbing extra super missiles is for Draygon. So you want to be maxed on your super missiles here. Okay. That's the only reason, in my opinion, you should be grabbing extra supers, is if you don't feel comfortable with your Draygon fight. You're gonna wall jump up those. You can jump through here if you want to. You can find your own way through the Coliseum. If you're lucky, you can get some wall jumps off and some damage boosts off. You can kill these guys if you need extra supers still. Or health. Alright, I'm trying to pick up the pace of this tutorial here. So I'm not explaining rooms as much, I'm sorry about that, but for the most part, as you're starting out, room strategies aren't the big deal, it's just, you know, getting through the game alive is more important. Alright, this right here, that's your save room. And that's all your health back. So some insurance before Draygon. One thing I'll say about Draygon is there's no reason you should be dying to Draygon. If you die to Draygon, one of two things is happening. You're going for too aggressive of a strategy, or you're executing that strategy too slow. One more missile pack over here, actually, that I want to point out. Where is it? There it is. Just shoot that wall and you can get an extra pack of missiles if you need them. Again, these are all options. You really shouldn't need all of these that I'm pointing out. You should only need a few at most. Alright, so I'm going to show you, again, I'm going to save here. I'm going to show you a really easy strategy on Draygon. First thing you want to do when you get in this room is kill these turrets. 3 missiles kills a turret. The faster you kill these, the less damage you take from them, and you want them all dead before Draygon even appears. Notice where I'm standing right here? If you stand here and angle up, that'll hit that turret. Alright. You want to start a charge shot, and here's the strategy. While Draygon's swooping, you're hitting her with ice beams. While Draygon's in her goo phase, you're gonna clear the goo, and then when the goo is gone, you're over here, clearing the goo. The goo is all gone, switch to supers, and start spamming them. Then switch to missile. You can even switch to missiles here for the first round there, but I like to just stick with ice so I don't waste my missiles. You can use missiles on that first swoop since you know which way she's coming. But again, switch back to missiles here. If you run out of supers, you want to go to missiles because missiles are still good. Alright, so I knew that she was coming from there. She might goo again, I don't know about that. If you're worried about the goo, you can power bomb to clear the goo. I would recommend not doing that since you get the missiles from the drops if you actually clear it. But again, this is just a combination of like ice beams and missiles, it doesn't matter really which. And she's dead. How do you know which side she does the goo on? It can be either side, and she'll appear slower than normal. So you'll notice she gets into a swooping pattern. And it'll just be back and forth, back and forth. If she all of a sudden doesn't show up for some reason, then you run to the other side right away. One other thing to point out, you'll notice how I dodged damage in the center here. If you stand still like a sitting duck, she will damage you every time she swoops. So do your damage, and then run the same way that she's running. So if she's running to the right, you run to the right, you'll avoid the damage. So shoot, run, or you shoot this side and run. Hopefully that was a clear enough explanation, and that's the method that I would recommend. If you want to know more about Shine Sparking Draygon and things like that, watch some other tutorial. If the goo grabs you, that's important. Let's do that. Let's get grabbed by the goo. Alright, so I'm all ready to do my Draygon fight, thanks to Golden's tutorial. And I'm doing my best to clear these. Alright. Be pro in no time. Yeah, alright. Whoops. I'm bad. Oh no, the goo is coming. Oh no, it grabbed me. You're gonna spin the D-pad, basically. You want to mash the D-pad as much as you can. Mashing the D-pad gets you out of the goo. Also, one more thing to note, if you get grabbed by goo way over here, you can still be grabbed, but you won't be grabbed if Draygon is already on, like, the far left of the screen. So it's technically okay, it's still bad practice to get grabbed by the goo, but if you're all the way over here and there's a stray goo and Draygon's all the way over here with you, like, I think that one, if I would have hit it, might have done it. Oh, see, I still got grabbed. Okay, so I'm just going to mash the D-pad anyway. But the point is, she won't always grab you. There are some cases where she won't. Oh man, I'm going to die. That's hilarious. It makes you wonder why you're watching this tutorial. Yeah, the reason I don't advocate using power bombs to clear it is because you don't get any of the drops then. You should be clearing it with your ice beam. So ideally it looks something like this. You're over here, you're clearing it, you're clearing it, you're clearing it, you're clearing it, you get a bunch of stuff, you super a bunch, you run back, you grab all the missiles, you switch to missiles, and you start spamming missiles. If you powerbomb it, you just don't get any drops. And that she can also drop health too, so that can keep you alive in the fight if you're really struggling. Power bombs are also slower. Much, much slower. Alright, for this next part, we're just going to roll through rooms. Don't pay attention to how I'm moving because it's probably not optimal, but if you're really stuck on a room, you can use some of my advice. I guess I would just ignore this advice and honestly just pay more attention to what rooms I'm going through. Notice how I'm space jumping across the top here and dodging all that damage. Because you left ice on for that fight, when you get into this room here, before you jump up, you're going to want to turn ice off because you're going to do a majority of your farming for the next few minutes. And farming goes so much faster when you don't have to have ice on. You want to kill all of these enemies that I'm killing here because these are guaranteed supers. And if you don't have any more supers to grab, it could be health, it could be something else. If you really need supers, you can kill these guys. I don't really recommend these two here, but grab this one for sure, grab this one for sure. You can farm a couple of those if you need to. Run all the way through this guy and you can pick up his drop too on the way back. When you're underwater, you can space jump as much as you want to, so just spam the button basically. Find your own way up here. You're going to need to know some wall jumping. And again, this is another room where you kind of find your own way. If you turn ice on, you can actually just freeze that guy, and then it becomes a lot easier. But otherwise, you can pick, any way up this room that you want. Just work out your own method. So if you still have ice on at that point, freezing the enemies helps. Otherwise, you just gotta kind of get better at wall jumping and dodge the enemies. Alright, we got plasma. Again, this is another room you can't leave until you've killed everybody. If you need their drops, you can always stop to grab their drops as well. I usually grab at least 2 of these guys. Okay. When you go to leave this room, you want to kill all of these. Every one of them gives you a drop. And if you're really low on health here, like I am in this example, you can even just go back and do it again. Alright, we're falling through this room. You have two options here. You can try to wall jump your way up to the top of this. Or if you fall or get hit, or you just don't like wall jumping, you can just fall all the way to the bottom of the room and climb up the left side. But you need to end up there, either way. You're gonna lay a power bomb when you get in this room. Right there. Shoot that door. And hold a charge shot as you run through here. That'll kill that guy and let you space jump across the top. If you hit the ceiling like I just did there, you'll slow down a lot. It's kind of awful, but whatever. Shoot that door. Angle down when you enter this room and shoot those guys. While you're falling here, angle down, kill that guy. You jump across the top of the room again. And down we go. Alright, pick your favorite way to fall through this room. I like to fall on the left and just kill this guy for his drop. But you can kill as many of them as you need to. Save room, again, like a lot of people just pass through it and not even realize that was a save room, but if you need to save, you can do it there. Okay, you have a couple of choices here when you're farming. If you're really low still, go down here. You can farm off of these guys. That's one place to farm. That's, I guess, generally recommended. I don't do it because I'm weird, apparently. But your other choice to farm is this room here. But yeah, do your farming. You want at least 300 health. I would recommend upwards of 350 or 400 if you're new. Before you enter Lower Norfair. But again, you're going to charge and run through this room. Do your space jumping to get over those. And you drop your power bomb. I like to grab one of those just to make sure I have 5. It's not a huge deal if you grab that one or wait until later. Hold a charge shot here because then you can space jump right through these missiles. And again, you're underwater so you can spam the space jump as much as you want to. Another important thing to point out, that's another save room, so don't use the one I recommended back there. Use that one instead, after you've farmed and got through a couple more rooms. But I'm still pointing it out because somebody might want to save there, you know, you never know. Okay, when you get down here, in Norfair you want ice back on, so just remember to turn it on at some point here. I recommend right here in this room. Switch to power bombs. You're going to power bomb the next room. When you're underwater, is it still possible to lose a space jump? If you break out of it, yes. But as far as like the space jump mechanics, you pretty much can jump whenever you want to underwater with no penalty. For more clarification on that, you might want to ask Garrison or MS or somebody. This room, I'm not going to show you any pillar strats. I'm just going to, this is the easiest way to do it without explaining like a faster pillar strat. Get up to this pillar, drop the power bomb. Get off the ground as soon as you can. You're going to start taking damage. Keep power bombs on through this room, unlike what I just did there. Lay your power bomb up against that pillar. When you're standing up here, angle down. It'll still just barely clip the door and you'll get through. Freeze this guy, and pick your favorite way to kill these 3 guys. Some players will just freeze that 3rd guy so that they can land on top of him, but I just kill him. Lay the power bomb so you can get up here. You can freeze this guy if you need to. Okay, very important. If you run here and jump, from back here, if you run here and do your space jump's going to break like 9 times out of 10. So instead of running the full distance here, just run like a little bit. I found it works a lot better. But you're going to have to space jump through this room. And a lot of players will lose their lives here, at least in the early stages of speedrunning. Oops, I fell. So what do you do when you fall? You get here, and you just do it again. A lot of players actually will just even fall into that room right there, and then start their space jumping. Okay, this room is the decision time room. There's an E-tank if you go through the right, and you can grab that E-tank now, you can grab it later, or you can grab it never. If your health is high and you're comfortable with Ridley, you can skip it now. But I'm just going to show it right now. Let's pretend that my health is low and I need to go through. Super this guy. And then work your way down here. You can space jump if you want to, or you can hit the spikes. Doesn't matter because you're going to get all your health back from that energy tank anyway. Okay, I will not... Well, I guess I can talk about hitboxing. It's not a big deal. If you're running through these enemies, you'll take 50 damage, which is a bad thing. But if you shoot and run through them, you take 0. But that shot has to be as you're going through them. This is a save point. You want this one if you don't know how to beat Ridley. As far as I know, it's just that one. There might be other ones, but I don't play 100%, so I don't know all the other rooms necessarily. You needed to use the power bomb there. Use a regular bomb here, switch back to your power bombs, and you'll drop another one here. If you don't have a power bomb at this point, go to the left here. These are like power bombs of shame, but at least you have them. So if your power bomb count is not high, you can go there. That platform should already be gone. Wait for the stairs to pass. Use a super here. Here's an easy 2-round on the pirates. I'll probably screw it up because I hate this room. But you want to stand in the middle of these squares, jump over him. Jump over him again, hit him. Jump. Jump over him again, hit him. If he doesn't die, you just keep jumping, basically, until he dies. But it should take 1 or 2 rounds. Yeah, there were a couple of rooms right before the pillars that actually, there were lots of power bombs being dropped. I didn't really highlight that, but... also, if you're gonna farm, that's one room you can do it in right there, right before Ridley. This is a better spot. It's also very laggy, but... So you want to kill some of these guys off just to get rid of the lag. But if you stand here... Why isn't the second one... Where's the second one? Okay. These guys will all drop health, so you can farm right before Ridley. Alright. You have 2 options when you go into Ridley, as far as I'm concerned. You really, if you want to, you could say that you don't use any supers at all, but that's bad. You can use all your supers on Ridley, or you can use 6 supers on Ridley. And I'll tell you why you use 6 supers, so I'll just do it that way. You're going to open this fight, regardless of how you do it, with an ice beam to the face. So, ice beam him. And I'm going to count 6 supers, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I turn them off. I'll explain why in a second. The key to this fight is always know where Ridley is. And you need to know how to count. So when Ridley changes from gray to that dark red like he just did right there, I need to count to 9 and hit him 9 times. So that's 2. And these are charge shots, so that's 3. Wow, this is not a good fight. 4. And that maybe was 5. This is where this becomes an issue, is if you don't see the shot connect, your count can get off, and you won't know when he's actually, like, dead. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's just say that I think he's dead now. I roll up into a ball, and if he grabs me, he's dead. If he damages me, he's not dead. So what just happened there? What did I mean by he's dead and he's not actually dead? He's still moving. Um, when Ridley turns red, if you opened with the 6 super strat, that means that you've got 9 shots to go before he will do his death animation to you. You can fire more than that, and that will eventually kill him, but you're wasting time, and that's extra shots, and that's more potential to die. So basically, what happens if you open with that 6 super strat, you have a consistent method of counting. Now, if you're really uncomfortable with Ridley and you don't like counting, you can just spam all your supers at the start of the fight and just get more damage in right away and don't even worry about counting. Just switch back to ice as soon as you're out of supers. I just like having a way to count so I know when he should be dead. And again, as soon as you get to 9, you roll up into the ball. If he damages you more than once, usually it's more than once, that's the telltale sign. Like sometimes he'll damage you once then still pick you up anyway. But for the most part, if he's damaging you, get back up and hit him again and then try again. And if you're really scared, you can just keep spamming shots and don't even like let him pick you up. No, Dino. Okay, you need to find your own way out of this room because I suck at explaining this one and I always fall. But work your way out of that room. Alright, fall down here and just run across. You can jump over these guys if you want to, or if you know how to hitbox, just get up in their face and shoot them and run right through them. Wait for this platform here. You're gonna jump. Shoot up here to break that platform, switch to power bombs. Drop the power bomb. You can shoot these guys if you're scared that they're gonna hurt you, but just get through them as fast as you can. If you get hit, it's not a big deal. Again, these are just regular bombs. This is a regular bomb. If you have a lot of power bombs, you can drop one here. Usually if you have 3, you can drop one here and be fine. 2 is okay as well. Otherwise, you can just do regular bombs. Not a big deal either way. Save again if you want to, it's right there. This guy, he's in my way. Alright, if you didn't grab the E-Tank on the way up here, and you're not comfortable with Mother Brain, you can go grab that E-Tank now that I already showed you. Otherwise, we're just going to continue along with the escape here. You can freeze that guy if you want to, you don't have to. Just try to get through this room without taking damage. Speed's not a big deal. What will happen most often to new players in this room is these guys will block you from getting through. And it's really bad, you can die here a lot. If he's blocking like that, you can just sit here and shoot him all day. Another way to do it is to run, jump, and shoot through him. Except he's not going to let me do it, is he? Oh man, so like I said, you can just do that. But you can also hitbox these guys and get through them. But if you have to take your time, do whatever it takes to make sure you get through this room without dying, because it really sucks when a run dies right there. Switch to power bombs here. If you don't have a power bomb in this room, you can use regular bombs to break these walls, but it's slower, so use a power bomb if you have one. Okay, if you don't have a power bomb at this point, you need to kill one of these and get a power bomb. I'm just gonna say that. There's another way to do this room, but get the power bomb. Because you're gonna use the power bomb right here. That guy really doesn't want to die, but whatever. Yeah, use the power bomb to get back into this hallway. Go across. You can save here again if you want to, but really there's no point. Don't save there. Find your favorite way through this room. If you need to do regular jumps, that's fine. If you don't have a lot of supers, you could farm those guys if you want to, but I'll show you a better spot to farm them if you're uncomfortable with your super count. uncomfortable being that you have like less than 5. That's always a bad thing. But I'll also show you a way that you don't have to worry about that. Okay, you're gonna jump here. And we're gonna go back to Meridia again. Do your favorite jumps here. You don't have to do the wall jumps that I'm gonna show you, but you can just jump your way standard up here through the platforms. At this point, you have plasma, so that will actually sneak through him anyway, so you can just use that to open the door and do the wall jump that I just did. Work your way up here, run, jump. You're gonna do some space jumping. You're looking for this platform here. And again, some more space jumping or wall jumping, whatever you choose. You're gonna morph into this wall here. Here's where you can farm some supers if you really want to. If you're really low on supers, you need a quick 1 or 2. Grab there. You don't want to stay there too long. Alright, shoot the green door. Cool. You're about 1 minute away from the golden 4. Alright, just get through these rooms however you want to, it doesn't really matter. Spam your shot here to try to kill that guy before you bump into him. Alright. Open that door. If you're lucky, you can get through here with the spin jump still intact, and you can bust through there, like I just did. If you don't know how to do that, it's not a big deal. Just run your way through here and just drop the bomb like normal. I like how I left the bottom 2 there so I could demonstrate the bomb. Just run through this room and kill everybody. That's probably the easiest way. You're gonna want to angle down and kill these guys as you run through them. If you do it right, you can even like get their drops as well. But it's also a little slower, so it's up to you to decide. And there we go. That's gold 4. So now you're in the best room in the game, chilling with the coolest tutorial maker of all time. Okay, here's the thing you gotta know. Viewers don't like it when you stand still, so do something in this room. Spin jump, drop bombs, I don't care, just do something. Viewers don't like it when you stand still. They leave, and the next thing you know it, you're not featured anymore. And it sucks. So spin jump, dang it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, maybe do a little dance down here, get some like crouch going on, you know, Samus doing her thing, whatever. Alright, and down we go. Also, don't have dry commentary. Dry commentary is the worst. Alright. Remember how I said you're not going to save? You can save right here. That's where you save. What do you need to know about Metroids? Here's what you need to know about Metroids. When they grab you, it sucks. So don't let them grab you. You're gonna ice beam them, and as long as your super count is greater than, like, let's say, I don't know, 6. We'll just go with 6, because that's a good arbitrary number. You're gonna use a super after you ice them. If your super count starts getting low, you're gonna use 5 missiles instead of a super. And you almost always stick around for their drops. If your health is really low, don't go across the bottom there, but for the most part, you should be fine. You can kill both of those with 1 super if you do it right, sometimes it takes 2. Let me just demonstrate what happens when you get grabbed. I'll just get grabbed. Oh no, I got grabbed. You have 2 options here. One is to bomb like crazy and get him off you. Notice my health is going down this entire time. The other option is to drop 3 power bombs. It's a total waste of time. You don't get any drops. It's awful. Don't do it if you don't have to. Do it to stay alive, and that's about it. But never get yourself in that situation. The noob way to do this room Just stop on each hallway and kill them. There's a strat that involves getting all 3 of them at the same time, but that's fine. Do it that way. You need to know how many supers you have at this point. That will determine how many you can carry with you and how much stuff you're gonna have to do ahead of time. Take damage from this guy. Your viewers get confused as to why you're taking damage. It's awesome. And get as close as you can to this wall without going over. Because if you go over, then the other guy wins and gets to play, you know, Plinko, and you get to sit and watch and take home, like, the kitchenware or whatever, like, awful prize they offer to people in Contestants Row. Alright, you're gonna jump through here, and this is where we're gonna talk supers. If your super count is above, let's say, I'm gonna go with, well, you're a new player, so what do I think? 10 for sure, possibly 9. You can super this. If you're not sure in any case, you can just 5 missiles. But as long as you're over 10, you're fine. 10 or more. If you have 9, you're usually fine, but if you miss a couple shots, you're in trouble. Refill your missiles if you need to. Get your health back. And, oh boy, I'm looking forward to explaining the Zeb glitch, dude. This is gonna be awesome. Let's do it. Do your best to jump through this room without hitting anything. It's just, I don't know, as I hit that wall like a bad kid. Super this guy. This is your last chance to save. I recommend doing it if you're not comfortable with the Zeb glitch. Last chance to save. Okay, we saved. Whatever. I saved stated because I'm a cheater. And again, depending on how you're feeling, you can super that or you can missile that. Alright, here's how the Zeb glitch works. I'm just gonna... Alright, I'm gonna save state, I'm gonna show it, and then I'm gonna explain it. Okay, that's what it should look like. Here's what you gotta do. It starts with freezing the guy right below you when you land on that platform. Jump all the way into this platform, freeze that guy. Okay, that's the first step. I just saved in the wrong spot. That's not good. I wonder if I have a save state of this. Otherwise, you might have to just find a Zeb glitch tutorial. But basically, pretend that there's a guy here. I freeze it. Oh, he does come here. Good. We'll use this as an example. So I would freeze it. I would take damage. And then what needs to happen is, you see I got a little bit of distance here? I need a little bit of distance. I can't be right up against this wall. But I need a little distance so I can do the smallest spin jump that I can imagine. I just need a super small spin jump. And that small spin jump will put you into the wall. Then what needs to happen after you've done that spin jump is you just do a normal jump to go through. So the order is, you take damage, you let the thing knock you back a little bit, you do a small spin jump, and then a normal spin jump. And if you do that correctly, that puts you through. You freeze it, take damage. No. Once you've committed, you're going. You're in. You gotta play. And you'll notice the other ones don't load. Now, if you have a really high number of missiles or whatever, you don't even need to do the Zeb glitch because you'll have so many that it won't matter, but... do your best to freeze these guys so they don't damage you. The key here is that you can't beat Mother Brain unless you end up having more than 300 health at the end of the fight, so... if you don't, you're gonna have to load your save. Mother Brain takes 20 hits with your Ice Beam. Count them. On 16, she's gonna hit you with ketchup that does 100 damage. You need to know when 16 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, she's being annoying. 10, 11. That wasn't not a charge shot. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I took damage because I'm bad. 20. I hope I have that reserve tank or I'm dead. That's awesome. Oh well, it's a tutorial, so learn your lesson. Don't do that. Oh baby, I had that reserve tank from earlier. See, this is why you get the reserve tank before you get space jump, or gravity. Oh, it's almost like I planned it that way. What a cool tutorial. 5 out of 5 would watch again. Alright, I'm going to show you the lag-free strat to killing Mother Brain. Basically, you're going to get about halfway into the middle of the room, a little bit closer to the right side. You're going to angle up, and you're just going to spam shots into her face. You can do the same thing from the bottom, or from the far right of the room, just looking up without jumping at all, but it's laggier. It's a little bit more consistent as far as like how many times your shots are going to hit, but the penalty is that you suffer a little bit more lag. So I would just recommend trying this strategy. And if you miss shots like I do, it's not a big deal. Alright. So just, yeah, you know, get in the center of the room, start jumping, look to hit her head as much as you can. You'll notice that I don't hit the button as much as I should. I could be spamming more shots, but I'm not doing a very good job of it. Alright. And now we escape. You're gonna have to break through these. Sometimes you get screwed and have to wait longer than other times. Not a big deal. Go to the right here. Look down, shoot. Run all the way across the bottom. You're gonna shine spark after you see the third guy over here. 1, 2, 3, down. Jump through this door. Jump again to get up here. Look up, shoot. Look up, shoot. And then jump over here. Look down while you're falling down here and shoot these guys on the right. You don't want them in your way. If you know how to wall jump, you can do this side. Otherwise, there's just platforms all over here. You just take your time killing them, do whatever you need to do. When you get up here, you're going to start running and hold run through this room. You're going to do a shine spark again. If you miss it, you just got to climb really slow. So you do the shine spark all the way up on the right side of this room. If you miss it, you just climb it like normal. You do your normal jumping here, whatever. Pick your favorite way. I always forget how to do that room. Okay, this is very important. At this point in the run, you should know yes or no to this question. Is Chronicies watching my run? If the answer is yes, you go down here. Alright, we get in here. And we free the critters. Alright, and then Chronicies is happy. If Chronicies is not watching your run, you have 2 choices. Well, you have 3. You can save the critters, but that's not one of the choices. You can complete the game without saving the critters, or you can go into the critter room, and you can do a fake out, and you leave, and you don't save the critters, and everybody's confused. That's the preferred method. But if you're going for a personal best, not recommended. Only save the critters when you have bad run. Alright, so anyway, you just go to the right here. Time stops as soon as you hit down on the spaceship. One more thing that I didn't point out while we were going to Torian. If you really need to heal before Torian, jump on the spaceship. You shouldn't have to, but just to be safe, you can always do that and get everything back. But yeah, that's Super Metroid, and I expect to see 35 of you in the race on Friday. Alright, so you beat the game. Congratulations. You didn't die because you followed my advice and you played it safe. So you already beat like 50% of the Super Metroid runners, and you're gonna get a bunch of ladder points. Everybody loves ladder points. That's good. But you have one more thing to do while the credits roll, and that is you gotta type out that phrase, which has been so immortalized. You gotta get it ready because when it comes up, you are the one that leads your chat. Okay, you guide them home. But yeah, that's the tutorial. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna let the credits roll here and do my thing. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can always jump in number Super Metroid on the IRC and ask your questions there. And we'll help you along. Hopefully this got some people interested in Super Metroid that weren't otherwise, or were trying to get interested but, you know, needed some more guidance. I hope it helps somebody in some form. And if you know somebody who's thinking about getting into the game, get them into it because it's awesome. And we're right behind OOT Bingo as far as like the biggest race every week. So it would be great to have more people playing. I'm looking at you, Program Max. I expect to see you in a race very soon. I believe in the Program Max. Alright. So you give shoutouts to Gunpei, the best GM of all time. And then it happens. Dear Force. And there you go. So where do you go from here? Start whittling away at things. You know, always start by grabbing too much stuff and then work on cutting things out. That's the best way to approach it, I think. If you try to just jump in without doing, you know, some safety strats here and there, it's going to be really tough. But this is a game that's, I think, honestly, anybody can get into with very little amount of practice, and then it turns into a game where it can consume you with practice as you start to take things away. But just take a little bit at a time and you'll get there. So thanks again, everybody, for watching.